Son got it. You always be still.
I'm taking account for it.
Testing. All right, Shalom Israel, Shalom Yabashem Yahshua Barakathum to the brothers, Shalom Yahweh Shamar Aladab Hashem Yahushai to the sisters. We at the Isupk Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group.
That's right.
We teach that all so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. We are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and Esau, or as you know him as the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
So today, if you haven't already known, today's the Sabbath service. We're going to be reading Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 9 to Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 8. We do 49 verses in the Hebrew. Priest and Officer Abadi Allah will be reading in the Hebrew. We go 7 by 7, so it'll be 7 verses in the Hebrew. Then we go over it again, 7 verses in the English, break it down, and then continue. If anybody has any comments, questions, or concerns, by all means, feel free to put it in the chat. Or if anybody in the audience has any questions, by all means, participation is encouraged at all times. All right, so with that being said, you got anything about the laws? All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to begin with the Lord's prayers. So Amijim, which means to rise or stand, just me and the brother up here.
Layas Allah, which means to Israel.
Sorry, speak. Sorry.
Almighty and upon Yakodum, which means to rise, stand, and face the east.
So all of you rise, and we're all going to face this way.
We're going over the Lord's prayers in the Hebrew. Beginning with the Lord's Prayer, Abanawa, Sabbath Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Socal, Yahweh, Balakka, Dabaa, Zaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'aratza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Ketalanawa, Nakam, Call, Yawam, Salachnawa, Kabawatnawa, Salachnawa, Kabawatinawa, Wala'a, Dabayanawa, Benazai 1, Abal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Allah, Watapara, Awalumium, Amma.
So now we're going to say the Lord's Prayer in the English. I know this is, I'm assuming this is your first time in Sabbath service. So for the Hebrew, don't worry about repeating it, but for the English, just repeat after us, okay? So this is the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Thy
kingdom come.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth,
as
it is in heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
from
evil.
From evil.
For thine is the
For
kingdom,
thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
So
be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Amen. The power in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahshua,
Baba Kosha,
Shah,
Katalanawa,
Manawa,
Akach,
Akach,
Arba'a, Kal Makala, Kal Manawa, Akach, Katahar, Amatazarayim, Akach, Lahakwayim, Amathiam, Akach, Arakawa, Tama'ala, our son, Hashem Yahushai, Waraman.
This is Hakak, which is the power in the English. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua.
in the name of Yahushua.
Please
Give
us the power.
Give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is blessed Israel in the Hebrew Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Barak Lenawa.
Yahweh.
Yashar Allah.
Yahweh.
Bahabaya. Saparium. Barak. Bahashem.
Hashem.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Amon.
Amon. Now this is blessed Israel in the English. What we just said was Lord.
Lord.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Shah.
Ayunya.
Yunya.
All.
All.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Ma'ayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Ba'ah.
Azaria.
Zoya.
Azaria.
Zoya.
Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Rishah.
Shah.
Samayam.
Yam.
Ba'aratza.
Barzah.
Ayatan.
Yatan.
Amawat.
Wat.
Wagalka.
Gonka.
Oyanawam.
Wam.
Shamarka.
Marka.
Lana.
Na.
La'ah.
Ah.
Yanawam.
Wam.
Wala'ah.
Ah.
Yayashun.
Shun.
Sawamar.
Mar.
Yasha'allah.
Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Marka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zalka.
Zalka.
Ayad.
Yad.
Limilkan.
Ka.
Yawamam.
Mam.
Hashamash.
Smash.
La'ah.
Ah.
Yakaka.
Ka.
Wayarach.
Wayarach.
Walayala.
Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Marka.
Bakal.
Call.
Rai.
Rai.
Yashamar.
Shamar.
Pashka.
Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Shamar.
Kazafka.
Afka.
Wabawaka.
Afka.
Maitha.
Maitha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
I will.
This is Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help
My help
coming from the Lord,
coming from the Lord,
which made heaven
which made heaven
and earth.
and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall not slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade.
The Lord is thy shade
Upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by
The
day,
sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve
The Lord shall preserve thee
thee from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The Lord
out
shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time
From
forth
this time forth
and even
forevermore. Forevermore. This is Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Al Dami Alakah.
Adam Yalakah,
Al Taka Arash.
Altaka Arash,
Al Tashakwat.
Alta Shakwat,
All Kayahana.
Kayana,
Ayawabika.
Yabika,
Hama.
Yama,
Yawan.
One,
Ra'ash.
Ash,
Alaimika.
Amika,
Yair Yomwa.
Yamwa,
Sawada.
Sabda,
Wayata.
Baitha,
Yai Tazawa. Al Tazapawanika. Amarwa.
Marwa,
Nakawa.
Wa,
Kakim.
Kakia,
Goya.
Goy,
Wala'a. There's a car.
Car,
Shami Asha'ala.
Shemashah,
Awada.
Abda,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawa Tazawa.
Nuwa, Hizwa,
Laba.
Ba,
Yakadwa.
Kabwa,
Ayaka.
Aka,
Barya.
Barya,
Yakawakwa.
Rafa,
Ahoya.
Hoya,
Adawam.
Wam,
Waya Shamai.
Shemai,
Alayam.
Yum,
Awa'aba.
Abu,
Hagaryam.
Goya,
Gabal.
Bal,
Waimawan.
One,
Waimalak.
Amla,
Parashah.
Shah,
I'm Yashabia.
Amshak,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar.
Gamashawar,
Nawa.
Alwa,
Imam.
Imam,
Ayawa.
Aywa,
Zarawai.
Sorwai,
Labanya.
Bunya,
Lawat.
Wat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Laham.
Laham,
Kamadia.
Kamad,
Kasaya.
Kasaya,
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah,
Kayabia.
Kayab,
Banakal.
Call,
Wayashwan.
Wayashwan,
Shamawah.
Shamawah,
Bayan.
Bayan,
Dara.
Dara,
Ayawa.
Aywa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Dama.
Radma,
Shayatam.
Shatam,
Nada.
Nada,
Yamawa.
Wa,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Kazabah.
Kazba,
Kazabah.
Kazabak,
Kazalbanai.
Solomon,
Call Nasiakamwa.
Nasiak,
Bashar.
Shar,
Marwa.
Marwa,
Naya Rashah.
Shah,
Karawa.
Wa,
Ah.
Ah,
Na'awa.
Wa,
Alahayim.
Alahayim,
Alahaya.
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa.
Shatam,
Kagogala.
Gogala,
Kwash.
Kash,
Lapanya.
Panya,
Ruaka'a.
Raka'ah,
Ka'ash.
Ash,
Shabaira.
Ira,
Ira.
Ira,
Wakalahabah.
Bakalahabat,
Talahat.
Talahat,
Harayam.
Ariam,
Kun.
Kun,
Dardatma.
Dardatma,
Masairika.
Masarika,
Masa.
Musa,
Wapafka.
Pafka,
Tabahalam.
Ba'alam,
Mala'a.
Mala'a,
Panyahum.
Panyam,
Palawan.
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa.
Washwa,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yabashwa.
Bashwa,
Wayabahowa.
Wayabahol,
Ayai.
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa.
Wayapar,
Wayabadwa.
Wayabad,
Wayadaiwa.
Wayadawah,
Wayatha.
Wayadawah,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Labaka.
Bak,
Ayawan.
Adawan,
Alcohol.
Alcor,
Ha'aratza.
Aratza. This is Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies,
thy enemies
make a tumult.
make a tumult.
And they that hate
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the
have
head.
lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty
They
counsel
have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people
And consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
and let us cut them off.
let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a
In
nation.
the name of Israel.
The name of
There
Israel
be no more
may
remembrance.
be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted
They
together
have consulted together
with one
with
consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against
the
the
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab
and Hagarenes,
and Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal
and Ammon,
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
also was doing with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them. As to the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kishon. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red. And like Zeid. Yea. All their princes. As Zabah. And as Almunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the house of God in possession. Oh my God. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. Make them afraid. With thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. And they may seek thy name. O Lord. Let them be confounded. And trouble. Forever. Yea. Let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High for all the earth. These are the blessings in the Hebrew. Barak atah Yahweh, wa Yahweh Shai, wa Mayaka Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Alawap Hasaranyam, Hakatzayonim, Hakahoyoyim, Ma'akwafya, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, the water, Amun. This is the blessings in English. Blessed are you, Yahweh. And Yahushua. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yohanan. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Sorry, praise me. You may be seated. All right, so for anybody who's just not tuning in, again, today is a Sabbath service. We're going to be reading out of the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 9, all the way to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 8. Before we get on class, just another disclaimer. The Isupk is not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Also, we are not affiliated with what you know of today as the nation of Israel. Right. The people that you see in Israel today, those would be considered Jewish. They are not God's chosen people. You can look at Revelation 3 and 9. They are the synagogue of Satan. That's why they say that they are Jewish. The ish means like or similar to, but they are not the original true Jews. And if you do not believe me, I don't even have to necessarily get into the Bible. You can just look at the actions that they commit to this day. It's very well known that it is a very destructive nation. They have committed acts of treason and war crimes across the world, and they're still doing it as we speak today. Right. So now that we got all that out of the way, Priest and Officer Abad Ya'ala, as I stated before, is going to be reading in the Hebrew, 49 verses in the Hebrew, 7 by 7. You can go ahead.
To begin with the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Wa'aratza ashar la b'mashakanath the ka'ah, it's like the ka'ah, baha lakam la the kasar ka'ah, ha, ratza ashar aban yaha, barzah, wamaha ra yaha, fakatazab, nakashath, verse 10, wa'akalath, aisha, it's like washa ba'aith, wabarak, it's like babarakatha, af yahawa ala hayaka, ayo ha'aratza, Taba'a Ashar Nathan Lakab, verse 11. Hashamar Lakab Hun. It's like a Panah, Dasa, it's like Dashakach, Af Yahawah Alahayaka, Labalai. It's like a Labalaf Yah, Shamar Matazawat Yawa, Mashapat Yawa, Wakakwatha Yawa, Ashar Anyaka, Ankaya, Matazawaka, Wa, it's like Hayawam. Verse 12. Mahun Tha'akal, Washa Ba'aith, Wa Batha Yawam, Taya, it's like a Tawa Bayam, Thabana, it's like a Waya Shabbath, verse 13. Wabarak, it's like a Wabarak, Wataza Anka, Yara Bayana, Wakasab, Wakasab Hazaha Wayarab Laka Waka Ashar Laka Yarabaha, verse 14. Verse 14. Warama Labaka Labaka Washakath Ath Yahweh Alahayaka Wa Mataza Wayaka Ma'ratza Matazaraya Mabayath Ibat Yum. Verse 15. Hamala Wak Bamanabar Hagadal Waha Wahana Wara'a Nakasha Nakash Sharapa Ya Wa'ai Kraba Watazama 1 Ashar Ayan Mayam Wamatazayawa Ma Ha Ma Watazaya Laka Mayam Matazawar Haka Haka La Mayasha, verse 16, last verse. Hama Alak Mana Bamadabar Ashar Laya La'a Yada I Lada Aya 1 Abathyaka Lama 1 Lama Ain Aina Wa Aina Thak Wa Salaman Wa Lama 1 Lasafka Lahaya Mabak Ba'aka Rayafka. That's right there.
All right, so I'm actually gonna have a young man. So you're gonna read the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, start at verse 9 and end at verse 16. I might stop you in between.
I need to like that.
Look, come.
No,
The mic is not that way. Oh, okay. All right, don't sweat that. You just read it.
Kana Wakan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 9. A land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness. Thou shalt not lack anything in it. A land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. Verse 10. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he hath given thee. Verse 11. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, and not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Okay, so I'll stop right there real quick. Okay, so just like a quick recap of what we went over last week. So Moses is warning of Israelites, right? At this time, we have went to, at the time it was known as the land of Canaan, before it was known as Israel today. So when we were given the promised land, it was referred to as the land of milk and honey, meaning what? What is that milk and honey reference?
That the land will be plentiful.
Yes, it will be plentiful, right? Meaning that we're going to have everything that we need in this land, right? So Moses is warning them like, hey, like, you know, even though we're going to be given all these nice things, do not forget where we came from, which is something that we need to recognize today. There's too many times, which I'm pretty sure we've either known somebody personally or we've seen it on like social media, television, whatever, where we see one of our people and, you know, a lot of us come from not so great environments and we have to work our way out of it. Some of our people in the world will work out of those environments and then they kind of forsake their people.
Right.
They think, oh, you know, I have money now, you know, I don't really care about them, or they have that sense of pride of, oh, I did it, why can't he do it?
Right.
You shouldn't have that type of mentality. You should have the mentality to give back. Going back to, again, Moses, what was Moses doing at this time? Before he went to go to Egypt to free the Israelites, what was he doing? Go ahead.
He was coming out of being raised by the Egyptians and recognizing who he is and who his people are.
Okay, so you're right. Let me ask you this. Was Moses poor?
No, he was well off living with the Egyptians, being raised up as an Egyptian.
Most High in Christ. If anybody didn't hear him, he said that Moses, you know, he was not poor. He was under the Egyptians, but he was living well. He was living better than most. Let's just say that, right? Now, even though Moses was living like that, what did he do?
He humbled himself and realized the oppression that his people were going through to take a stand for them.
Most High in Christ. And that's a very honorable thing to do, right? He could have lived comfortably. Like, think of it as today, right? In today's world, Moses would have been in a predominantly white environment, he probably would have been living amongst white people, indulging in white culture, living well off. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all realize there's a heat wave going on. It's real hot out. He would have had the AC blasting. Probably had a gardener in front. Like, he's living well.
Right.
But despite him having all these materialistic things and living, in a sense, I guess you could say carnally, he still humbled himself, and he still looked at his people and said, man, you know, I'm doing well, but what about my people? They're not doing well. So he decided to sacrifice everything to be there for his people. He didn't have to do that. And I wish that more of our people would have that same mentality, and it's something that we can learn from. So now going back to here, right? He's warning everybody, hey, don't forget about the Most High. Now, why is he saying this? Let me challenge y'all a little bit. Why is he saying, like, don't forget? Mind you, we're not in Egypt anymore. We're not under bondage. We went to war with the Canaanites, and now we won the land. We're living comfortably now. Why is Moses trying so hard to get us to remember, hey, don't forget where you came from? Why is that? Go ahead.
So we won't fall back into the hands of our enemies.
Mm-hmm. We won't fall back into the hands of our enemies. Also, let me ask you this. When you come from oppression, or maybe you have like friends and family that might have come from a not so great environment, but you're living comfortably now, right? Is it easy to forget where you came from? Why?
You have all the carnal, materialistic things around you that distract you.
Mm-hmm. You're not oppressed anymore.
Yeah, that's it.
You're not like you remember what it was. Now it's like, I'm good now. It's not on your mind as much, so it's easy to kind of forget, like, you know, I'm not worried about that no more. But you have to remember where you came from, because, like you said before, once you start to forget, now we're going to be given into the hands of our enemies, because we start to forget who our enemy is. We forget, like, hey, these people have done horrible things to us and still continue to. Like, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the news. It was a brother, sadly. I feel like this is a rinse and repeat. I don't know if y'all heard about that story. This is like years ago. It was a sister, and she was hanging out with like all her white friends. She was the only black woman there. It was like a sleepover, and somehow she died. But nobody knows how, right? These are all her friends, right? Now, fast forward to now, it's another brother. He goes, I think it was like a yacht or a boat or whatever, and he's with all his white friends, goes missing, found his body washed up. He died. You want to know why? And it's so, it pains me to say it, but sadly, that brother and that sister, they forgot who their enemy is.
Right.
They forgot, like, we're under this illusion in America that, hey, like, you know, don't judge people by the color of their skin. Sounds good, right? We're taught that. They're not taught that. We're taught that. Because we walk amongst people, we think like, hey, you know, all men are created equal, right? We all come from Adam, right? We think that we're just like everybody else. Whole time they hate you.
Right.
And if they're able to get you alone, they'll show you how they really feel about you. And if they have the opportunity to wipe you off the face of the earth, they will take it.
Right.
Because they know that they're protected. They know that, you know, a so-called white man or white woman is going to be given the benefit of the doubt over a black person or a Hispanic person, right? So you have to remember, because as you stated before, you will be given into the hands of your enemies. And sadly, like, these things happen to this day. It's sad, but we tend to forget. We get complacent. We think, oh, it doesn't happen anymore. I'm good. I'm one of the good ones. Oh, those are my friends. You know, me and Kyle, we've known each other since pre-K. That's cool. And his parents have been teaching him to hate you since pre-K.
Right.
But you don't know that, though. That's all I got. You got anything before we continue?
Come on, if I could, sir. Another thing is, don't just think we're saying this because of the color of your skin. We don't judge off the color of your skin. We judge off the content of your spirit.
Right.
The reason why we're saying that we have to, you know, so-called stereotype or you know, case these people is because time and time again, this isn't even just the only case. It's over 10 cases where one of us has been around a group of white folks, and all of a sudden we come up missing. And there's no investigation. There's so-called no evidence, and then everybody gets off scot-free in this rule as a suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about Rick Child? Him and his son chased that brother down 130 yards and then shot him. Are they gonna say that's a suicide too because he had a gun on him? No, it's not the color of your skin, it's the content of your spirit. Don't just forget. Don't not just the white man, not just the enemy. Don't forget the Asians, the Africans, the Arabs, the Indians. They all hate us. They all had some part, some place, some role in us coming to America and being enslaved and being oppressed here right now. And then they come from their country, put stores in our neighborhoods, and then oppress us because they think we took 4 water bottles out their freezer. They're gonna chase me down the block and shoot me in my back and then get off scot-free. It's not just the white man that's the enemy. It's everybody who isn't your people is your enemy. Right. And that's what we need to understand. We make enemies of people in our own community. In the Christian church, they'll teach you to hate someone sitting right next to you. In the Christian church, me and Einstein would be enemies. They would teach me that he's my enemy because he makes more money than me, or because he's doing something that I can't do, or that I can do. But the Christian church teaches you can't. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But what you learn here is that their brother sitting next to you, man, that's the strongest thing you got, man. Brotherhood. That's why the generals harp on it so much. Brotherhood is a weapon. Because once we stick together, we understand that if we come together, everybody else is our enemy and no one can penetrate us. No one can come and harm what we're doing here. That's why it's important to know your enemy and know yourself.
No, you too well, man. That's an excellent thing that we need to, always remember before we continue with the next verses, right? Again, like you said, like brotherhood and sisterhood is all we got.
Right. We
are all we got. And I know like sometimes it might not feel like that, but you have to remember that. Because when we band together, can't nobody really mess with us.
Right.
Like going back to like you brought up the whole Rick Child thing. I like to still bring it up because it's still going on.
Right.
This thing called the Asian boycott, and
right.
where that stemmed from was because of what Rick Child and his son, because they both ran him down. And you know what, the whole family, because his wife was the one that lied and said that he stole the water bottles in the first place. Mind you, there's video evidence of him literally putting the water bottles back. He didn't steal anything, but I digress. The whole Asian boycott started because, as Black people, we got tired of our children being taken from us for nonsense, being painted as criminals for nonsense, right? So instead of doing the emotional thing and saying, hey, you know what, we're going to go to all these Asian stores, Asian restaurants, Asian retail stores, and we're going to shoot them up. That'd be the emotional thing to do, right? It's what they call it, righteous anger. No, what we decided to do was, hey, you know what? Here's what we'll do so that this doesn't happen again. We're going to do business with ourselves.
Right.
Right? So everybody thought it was a joke. No one took us seriously. That's another tale that you need to understand. When people don't take you as a people seriously because you want to band together, that should let you know right there what they really think of you and how they speak about you behind closed doors. Those are not your friends. It's because they do business with you. That does not mean that they're your friends. But going back to my original topic, now Black people are starting to let the money circulate within their own communities. I brought it up last time. As of today, Black Americans hold $2.1 trillion worth of spending power, which is way more than what I thought we had. Right. But that just should let you know, like, we got money, we just don't know what to do with it.
Right.
So apparently, most of these retail stores, hair salons, nail salons, all that stuff, right, are owned by predominantly Korean or Asian Americans. We spend billions of dollars alone. We're talking about just these stores. And we give it to these Asian communities. Now the Asian community is upset. They're angry. Not because of what Rick Child did. Oh no, they don't care about that. They're upset because now you're boycotting their businesses. But even with that, the boycott sounds dumb because how is it that we are doing business with ourselves? How is that a bad thing to you? How is that a boycott? You want to know why it's a boycott? Because they know, even though they don't like you, even though they look down on you, they want your money. That's what all these other nations want. They want your money. They don't want you to be self-sufficient. They don't want you to have any power. That's why they keep picking on you. Because they recognize, oh, they ain't got no power. We can just kind of do what we want with them. Do business with them, but don't mingle with them too much. And now you hit them where it hurts. You can't have access to us anymore as far as finances. There's still all the far and few of us that, are still in the world and think like, no, we should all band together. No. Most High Christ are the ones that are still standing on this. Because now they're losing money. All the Asian businesses are closing down. I'm finding out a new store done shut down. And I'm glad because you don't get to sit here and continuously disrespect us and take the lives of our children and think that we still owe you our money, our time. No. But you see what happens, and that's just something seemingly small when we choose to band together. That's what happens. You see how people really look at you. Never forget who your enemy is. I hope everybody understands that. All right, that's pretty much all I got on that. If you could continue.
Khan. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Least when thou hast eaten and art full and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that is thou hast is multiplied. Verse 14. Then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage, who led thee through that great and terrible wilderness, where fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint, who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee, to do thee good at thy latter end. Verse 17.
Oh, you can stop right there. So now we'll begin the next 7 verses in the Hebrew. So you start at 17.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 17 in the Hebrew, wa amarad, balaba, baka, kaya, it's like kakya, wa itazam, yadaya, aisha, la ya, ath, hakaya, hazaha, verse 18, was a karaf, Yahweh, alahayaka, kaya, haya, hath, it's like a hanathana, it's like a ha, Nathan, lak, it's like a laka, kacha, La Aisha Wath, Kaya, Lamawan, Hakwayam, it's like a Hakwayam, Barayath Wa, Ashar, Nashaba'ai, Laba Athyaka, it's like a La Abathyaka, Kayawam, Hazaha, verse 19, Waya Haya, Shakach, Dashakach, Athyahawa, Alahayaka, it's like a Wahalakah, Akaraya, Alahayam, Akarayam, Ibadath Yum, Wahashaf Kayawam, Wahashaf Kawayath, Laham Idath, it's like Aya Haidath Ya, Bakam, Waya Hayawam, Kaya Abad, Taba I, the one, verse 20. Kaga Wayama Ashar Yahweh Ma'abayad Mapunya Kum Kun Taba Ada one Iquab La'a Dashama I one Bakawa Yahweh Alahaya Kum. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 1.
Start at 17, 18. 6, 7, verse 3.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 1 in the Hebrew, Shama'ai, Yashar'ala, Ath, Ibar, Hayawam, Ath, Hayaradan, Laba'a, La Rasha, Gayawam, Gada Layam, it's like a Gadal, Gadal Layam, Wa'ai Taza Mam, Mayam, Mamaka, Irayam, Gadalath, Ba'aratazaf, Bashamayam, verse 2, Aima, Gadawar, it's like Gadal. Warama Banya Aina Kwayam Ashar Ath Ida Wath Yada Aith Hawath Shama Aith Maya Yatha Yatazaba Lapanya Bun Aina Kwa verse 3, last verse. Wayada Aith Hayawam Kaya Yahawa Alahayaka Hayawa Ha'aibar, Lapanyaka, Ash, Alika, it's like Akala, Hayawa, Yashama, Yad, Dam, Dama, Yawa, Wahayo, Yah, Waha, Wa'a, Yana, Yakana, Ya'aim, Lapanyaka, Wahash, Wahawa, Rashatham, Waha, Waha Abath, the thumb, Mahar, Ka'ash, the bar, Yahweh, Lacan.
All right, so I'll have you read. Actually, I'll have you read. So you'll start from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 3. And just like with him, I might have you stop it between.
17, 9.
So the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 17.
Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, verse 17. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of mine hand hath gotten me this wealth. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day.
Now, this is important to remember, right? Doesn't matter how successful you are, how rich you are, how much wealth you may have. Just remember that you're able to have those things because the Lord allowed you for you to have those things, right? Like this brings me back to so with Solomon, right? Do y'all remember the account? I'm paraphrasing. Solomon was already rich. He was a prince before he was already a king, right? He was a son of King David. His name Solomon literally means peace in Hebrew, right? He had everything, and even the Lord promised him everything that carnally a man would ever want.
Right.
Money, riches, land, power, women, whatever you want, right? Do y'all remember what Solomon asked for?
Wisdom.
Say it again.
Wisdom.
Most High in Christ. He asked for wisdom. This is a man who could have had it all. And he did have it all. But he asked for wisdom.
Right.
How can I govern my people properly? That's powerful. And then what's funny is, I'm paraphrasing, not only did the Most High give him the wisdom, he also gave him everything else.
Right.
But it was because of where his heart was. He could have asked for any of those things. Going back to Moses again, Moses had the opportunity to make some Mosesites. Y'all think I'm joking? Like he could have did it, and the Lord would have did it.
Right.
But he still said, no. I got to be there for my people. Solomon, he did fall off later, but at that time, where his head was on correctly, he wanted wisdom, and he wanted to be there for his people and properly govern his people. That's how we got to think. Because the thing is, money, look, I know money sounds good, especially when you don't like really have much, right? You finally get that good lump sum of money or whatever, or like now you have a better job and like, you might make 6 figures and you're doing well, or whatever it is that you do, right? Thing is, what happens to a lot of brothers in the world, right? When they start getting a lot of money, what starts to happen? Just give me some examples. What y'all got? Go ahead.
They get hot-headed, big-headed.
You get big-headed, all right?
Other people.
Okay. Give me something else.
Arrogant.
You get arrogant. What's something that could happen to them? I'll give y'all a hint. What about like a lot of like movie stars and like actors and like brothers who are like in the entertainment industry? When they get a lot of money, give me something that usually happens to them.
They forget their people and separate from their people and take on other cultures, traditions.
I think that's a better way of saying it. Yes. I'll take it. They start to separate themselves, right? They might even start to marry women who are not of their nation. We've talked about this so many times. What starts to happen when Israelite men start to marry women who are not of the 12 tribes? What starts to happen? Go ahead.
They start following the other women's gods.
Yep, you start following their gods. And they have children, right? Now, those children are still Israelites, right? But do you think he's going to pass his culture down? No. Fun fact, usually, and again, this is why, brothers, you got to be very careful of who you lay down with, because usually the women are the ones that pass down the culture. I don't know if y'all know that, like statistically. Because you got to think, the children are spending time with the mother. So if you are with a woman who is not of your nation, you're not with any of the women of the 12 tribes, guess what? It becomes confusing for them. The one that I like to talk about the most is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. He got black dad, white mom. Boom, he came out. Again, the culture is usually passed down from the mother. Bloodline-wise, he is an Israelite from his father's side. We got to think, spending time with his mom. His mom is the one that fed him, changed his diapers, like, put the Band-Aid over him when he got a boo-boo when he was a kid. You got to think. So that is his interpretation of what a woman is. So what happened when he got older? Who did he marry?
What his mother is?
Yes.
No.
Yes, Khan. He married a white woman. I'm just using them as an example. There's so many other examples, but yes. And then guess what? They had kids. Again, bloodline-wise, they are Israelites, but do you think they're going to consider themselves? No. They're not going to consider themselves as one of us. They're not going to do that, right? Culture's lost now at this point. They don't even care about bloodline. So these are things that happen when you start to forget where you come from. And like I said earlier, you have money, you have wealth, you have all these different things, but you got it because the Lord allowed for it. You start forgetting the Lord, you start forgetting the reason why you have all these things, you're going to veer off. And then what starts to happen is now all these other cultures have access to you. Like I said, Black Americans alone, $2.1 trillion worth of spending power. That's crazy. I don't even know how many zeros that is. But did we ever see any of this money?
Right.
I had to fact check it. I was baffled. I'm like, ain't no way we have that much. No, we do. But you'll never see it. You'll never see it. Why? Because everybody else got it. We put all that money in it. Just imagine $2.1 trillion worth of spending power. Just imagine if we said, hey, you know what? How about we help out our people? You got anything about it?
Lots.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. You can continue up. Where do you end? Verse 18?
Yeah.
So you can go to Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 19.
Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 19. And it shall be, if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish.
Surely perish. I don't think I need to elaborate on that. I think that's pretty straightforward. Everybody understand? All right, you can continue up.
Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 20. As the nations which the Lord destroyed before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye would not be obedient to the voice of the Lord your God.
Meaning what? These other nations, the Lord will destroy them. He has destroyed them. He's destroying it now. Y'all see like how America is moving? America is going down a hill, man. It's
Right.
bad. The orange man in office, he done cut ties with all his allies. Now he's trying to make an alliance with what you know as today the nation of Israel, the so-called Jewish man. All right. He's going to war and not telling his friends that he's going to war. A lot of people do not like him. That's Esau, though. That's what happens when Esau is in charge. He's left in charge. Eventually, he just shows you who he really is. And now people are, it's only a matter of time. People are becoming a little bit more conscious and self-aware of the crimes that are being committed worldwide. And they start looking at him like, they're questioning the leadership now. They're questioning like, man, this is the country that I serve. This is the country that I live in. This is good old USA. Like, nah, this is horrible. This is horrible. You got other nations, they coming in here, even they starting to turn their back. We got millions of Americans that are leaving. Like now the American dream is to leave America. Still make money, but like leave America. Because no one wants to be here.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Other countries, they got free healthcare. I think it's either North or South Korea. I forget which one's like the really corrupted one. But
North Korea.
It's North Korea? Yeah, the water. So maybe it's South Korea. I believe it's South Korea. Like maternity leave. So maternity leave, I think here is like, 6 months or something? If that, yeah, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not entirely sure. It's not that much though. I found a maternity leave over there is like a year, and they give you a nanny to help out the woman. I'm like, man, that must be nice.
Right.
You know, she get then everything is paid for. You know, the woman is taken care of, her children are taken care of. You have somebody there to help her because postpartum is a thing. I don't know if y'all know what postpartum is, but like a woman's body goes through a lot after she gives birth, and she needs help. But then here it's like, nope, get back to work. She has to scramble to find babysitters, and mind you, we're all working, so she needs help. It takes a village. And a lot of people don't even got that. Well, realizing that, I'm like, man, this place sucks, man. So this is why the Lord's telling you, like, if you want to not listen to me, you're going to perish just like they did.
Right.
That's why we have a saying: if you want to lie with America, you're going to die with America. Because if you come over here and you want to align yourself with American culture, we've seen it all. We've seen Black MAGA supporters. Still, I can't wrap my brain around it. You have, I think it was with the Latinos for Trump, which he is openly racist towards Hispanics. So that really got me. I'm like, why would you want to align with somebody that hates you? It's the same man. I don't know if y'all remember, he was trying to do the whole, we're going to build the wall and all that. Mind you, half of America was Mexico at one point. And the only reason it's not is because when, I think it was the Treaty of Guadalupe, when they came over here, they broke all them treaties. They made all the treaties with the native indigenous people before they were labeled as Hispanic. And they broke all of them. And then over time, started losing more and more and more land. But now they say that you're not welcome here. They call you an illegal immigrant. But this was your land. That doesn't make any sense. But I digress. You got anything else?
No, sir.
All right, so we'll continue. I believe your verse, chapter 9, verse 1. Deuteronomy 9:1. Okay.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 1. Hear, O Israel, thou art to pass over Jordan this day to go into possesses nations greater and mightier than thyself, cities great and fenced up to heaven, a people great and tall, the children of the Anakim, whom thou knowest, and of whom thou hast heard, say, who can stand before the children of Anak?
You keep going.
Verse 3.
Yeah, that'll be the last verse, and then we'll continue.
Understand therefore this day that the Lord thy God is he which goeth over before thee as a consuming fire. He shall destroy them, and he shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord hath said unto thee.
All right, so that'll be it. So we'll do Deuteronomy chapter 9, chapter verse 4. So 4 to 10.
Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, chapter 9, verse 4 in the Hebrew. All the Amar, Balaba, Baka, Ba Hapa, Ba Hapa, Bahadapa, Yahweh Allah Hayaka, Adam, Malapunyaka, La Amar, Batazadakwaf Ya, Habaya Anoya, Yahweh La Rashath, Af Aradza Hazahab, Wabara Sha'if, Haga Yawam, Haga Wayam, Halaha Yahweh Mawara Yasham, Mapanyaka, verse 5, La'ab Batazakwa Dathka, Waba Aishar, Laba Baka, it's like a Ba'a, La Rasha, Aratazam, Kaya, Bash, it's like a Barasha Aith, like Barasha Aith, Hagawayam, Halaha Yahweh, Alahayaka, Maya, it's like a Mawaraya Sham, Wapunika, Wala Mawan, Wala Ma'ain, Hakwayama, Hadabar, Ashar, Nashabai, it's like a Nashabai, Yahweh, La'abath, Yaka, La'abaraham, La'abaraham, La Yatazak, La Yaikwab, verse 6, Waya Aidath, it's like a Waya Da'if, Kaya, La'a, Batazadak, Wathka, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Nathana, Laka'ath, Ha'aratza, Hatazawab, Hazahath, La Rashatha, Kaya, Aim, Pasha, Irapa, Atha, verse 7, Zakar, Al, Tashakach, Ath, Ashar, Hakwataza, Patha, Ath, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Bama Aidabar, Lamana, Hayawam, Ashar, what's it? It's like Ya Aitazath, it's like Ya Aitazath, Matazarah, it's like Ma'aratza, Matazarayim, I Ba'akam, I Makwawam, Hazaha, it's like Hakwa, it's like a Hamakwayam, Hamakwawam, Hazaha, Mama Rayama, Hayayatham, Ima Yahweh, verse 8, Wabakwara Ba, Hakwatazapatham, Ath Yahweh, Watha, it's like a Waya Thanapa, Yahweh Bakama, Lahasha Mayad, Athakam, verse 9, Ba'ila Thaya, Ba'ila Thaya, Haharaha, Laka, sorry, Lakwa Kaf, Lawakaf, Ha'abanayam, Lawakaf, sorry, Lawakaf, Habarayaf, Ashar, Karath, Yahweh, I'm Kama, Wa'a Shabbat, Bahar, Araba, Ya'im, Yawama, verse 10, last verse. Wayathan, Yahweh, Alaya, Ath, Shanya, Lawakaf, Ha'abanayam, Kathabayam, Ba'atazabo, I, Alahayam, Alahayam, Wala Yahum, Kakal, Hada Barayam, Ashar, Dabar, Yahweh, I'm Kama, Bahar, Mathawak, Asha, Bayawam, Hakohal.
So, young man Mike, have you read this time? So you'll start Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 4 to 10.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 4. Speak not thou in thy heart after that the Lord thy God hath cast them out from before thee, saying, for my righteousness the Lord hath brought me in to possess this land. But for the wickedness of these nations the Lord doth drive them out from before thee. Verse 5. Not for thy righteousness or for the uprightness of thine heart dost thou go to possess their land, but for the wickedness of these nations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee, and that he may perform the word which the Lord sware unto thy fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay, so let's stop real quick. Verse 5, what did y'all get from that? Go ahead.
That the Most High didn't just do it because we think that we righteous and good.
Mm-hmm.
He did it because it was like a promise. So he swore to our forefathers that I would do this for you.
Most High in Christ. This is very, and we're going to read a little bit more, right? This is very important. We're realizing the Lord did not give us the land of Canaan to conquer and give us the land filled with milk and honey or in abundance. He didn't do all these kind things, getting us out of Egypt. He didn't do it because we were righteous. I want y'all to understand that. He didn't do it because we were righteous. He did it because the other nations were wicked and the promise that he made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham was righteous. Isaac was righteous.
Right.
Jacob was righteous. Noah was righteous. Moses was righteous. Aaron was righteous. These were righteous men. But what about us? When we were brought up out of Egypt, what were we doing? Did we thank the Most High? Like, think about that. When, throughout all that, did we ever thank the Most High? We didn't. You know what we did? We complained. We complained and complained and complained. Some of us even said that we might as well stay back in Egypt. That's crazy. Going back to slavery is crazy. But we were content. That's probably we were content. We were complacent. When we didn't have enough water, we complained. We were given the water though. Did we thank the Most High about it? That's crazy. When we complained about like cucumbers and you know, the Lord gave us manna. Did we thank the Most High? No. You want to know what we did? We made Aaron build a golden calf of jewelry. We made Moses so frustrated because you gotta think that's a lot to deal with. Think about us and how we get. We don't like to listen. Let's be real. We don't. Or let me say this: we don't like to listen to people that look like us. I'm gonna say it, and it shows. We don't like to listen to people that look like us. We don't view us as an authoritative figure. We'll listen to the Egyptians. We'll listen to the so-called white man. We'll listen to the Asians. We'll listen to the Indians. We'll listen to everybody else but us.
Right.
Crazy. Still do it to this day, right? We made Moses so mad that he had to strike the rock out of just frustration. He was just mad. He was supposed to speak to the rock so that we would give praise to the Most High, but because he struck the rock, because he was just so over us, we gave praise to Moses. Matter of fact, we barely gave praise to Moses because didn't we form a revolt against him? Am I mistaken? There was a whole bunch of brothers that formed a mutiny. How are you forming a mutiny against the person that's getting you out of captivity? Y'all remember what happened to them brothers, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
The Lord opened up the earth and swallowed them.
Yep, like a sinkhole.
Yeah.
Why? Because he was mad. Like, these are the men and women, by the way, because remember, they had a sister. And both Aaron and the sister passed. We decided, nah, screw them. I'm mad. I'm jealous. It's kind of like what you brought up earlier, like being in the Christian church. Like, he thinks he's better than me because he got a nice garment and he has jewelry. He thinks he's better than me because he talks to the Most High. He talks to the Most High because he is better than you.
Right.
Because the Lord saw righteousness in him. He didn't see righteousness in you. That's not why we got the land, because we were righteous. No. We got it because men before us and women were righteous before us. And the Lord made a promise to them. He never forgot about them. Mind you, they all dead at this point. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they have all passed. Noah has passed. Shem has passed. They all passed. But he still honored that, despite how unruly we were, and still are, by the way.
Right.
So what you can take away from that is they cared not just for the Most High, of course, but they cared about their people, their descendants. So that's why they did what they did. They knew that their time was going to come, just like how ours is going to come at some point. But if you care about your people the way you say you do, you're going to make sure that you align things a certain way so that your children can succeed, your children's children can succeed, so on and so forth, if you care. You got anything?
Come on, if I could. What's so heavy about that too is that none of the people that left Egypt, when they were slaves in Egypt, none of them made it to the kingdom of heaven. An entire generation passed away. It says in the scriptures that nobody that knew Egypt made it to the kingdom of heaven. Meaning, this 40 years we were in the wilderness, all those brothers and sisters that was leaving Egypt, those unrighteous and righteous, they're all dying and passing. And now the people that are making it to Egypt are their kids and grandkids that were born in the wilderness. So the fact that the Lord had to make us wander for 40 years, I bring this up all the time. The journey from Israel to Egypt, from Egypt to Israel is only about 15 days. It took us 40 years because we wasn't listening, because we were complaining over cucumbers, because we were forming coups against Moses. Like he was saying earlier, Moses had it comfortable. Moses was like third, fourth in command over all of Egypt. Moses didn't have to humble himself and deliver us out of slavery. Y'all know Moses, when he fled Egypt, he was in Midian for 40 years before the Lord called him. He was there for 40 years before the Lord called him. You don't think throughout those 40 years he thought about going back to Egypt? He thought about going back to the comfortableness. He left being a prince of Egypt to being a shepherd. You know what I'm saying? Moses didn't have to do that. But the Lord saw righteousness in him, and Moses did it, and he endured with his people. You bring it up all the time to Moses. Moses could have had an entire nation named after him. He didn't have to deal with us. I'm paraphrasing it. The scripture says, how much more will you unruly people rebel against me? The Lord and Moses was both saying, like, dang, what more can I do for you to stop complaining, for you to stop rebelling against me? I've given you water. I've given you food. I've given you shelter. The Lord said he made the children of Israel to dwell in tents. Jacob was a plain man. Jacob wasn't rich. It said it himself. He was a plain man. And you think you deserve better? Guess what? You don't deserve nothing. Let me take it further. The Lord don't need you. 158,000 people die every day. Why does the Lord need you? You better wake up every day and make sure the Lord need you.
No, for real.
You better do something to where he cannot. I can't get rid of him. Not today. No, not today. For real. Say, I'm gonna let him live another day because he didn't prove himself worthy. Man, prove yourself worthy of getting that kingdom, man. That's the bigger picture. You think we're here just teaching because we're trying to wake people up, but man, we're trying to get to the kingdom of heaven. Are you not tired of having to pay $2,500 in rent for a 2-bedroom apartment? Aren't you tired of your landlord going up on the rent whenever he wants more money? Aren't you tired of having to work 2 jobs and still not make ends meet? Man, I didn't know how to stay humble. We didn't know how to stay humble in the wilderness, so the Lord humbled us. They wanted to go back to slavery, so guess what? He put us back in slavery. He brought us into Egypt again with ships, and now we're here. Man, I better learn y'all lesson, man. It's time for y'all to wake up and understand that this is not your rest. The Lord God of Israel, he made us to be he made us to be plain, but he also chose us to be above everybody on the earth. He chose us to be a special people. And you look at us right now in our condition, man, we're not special at all. Only thing special about us is how messed up we is in this country, man. And the sooner you wake up and realize that this is not your rest and that we're back in Egypt like y'all wanted to be. Remember, y'all wanted to go back to Egypt. We're here. Now what? Now you complaining? Guess what? Stop complaining and do something about it. Take action, man. Mm-hmm. Join our Isupk, man. Wake your people up, man. Go out on the streets. Prophesy to your people. Change your ways. Know yourself and know your enemy. Because then, man, the Lord, he going to send his son Christ. I was man. To rain hell on earth to them heathens, man. I promise you. It's in the scriptures. He's going to send his son to deliver us, man. Just like he sent Moses to deliver us. But this time, you're not walking. You know what I'm saying? The bomb's going to be falling like this. Some of y'all going to be looking like this. Some of us going to be looking like this. I pray you understand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you want looking like this.
Yeah.
Everybody, I do this all the time. It's so funny. Brother's going to start getting beaten up. You're going to be like, hold on, I'm not flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody's looking out like, damn. Yeah. Because there's nothing you can do with that.
There's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? So make your election short, man. It's time to wake up and understand that. And the Lord did so much for us. And he's doing so much for us now. You know what I'm saying? Be grateful. I like to celebrate Thanksgiving and go around the table and say everything you're thankful for. Well, I'm thankful for the job, man. I'm thankful for this weed. I'm thankful for this liquor. I'm thankful for this white woman I'm not supposed to be sleeping with. So I can't tell the Lord, y'all thankful for waking up this morning? Man, be grateful. Because the Lord didn't have to do nothing. He could have killed all of us in the wilderness. You know, the Lord unalived like 200,000 of our enemies in one night. They went to sleep and didn't wake up. You know how easy it is for the Lord to do that to you? The scripture says there's nothing for the Lord to make a poor man rich overnight. And be grateful for what you got now. Because you don't have to have nothing. Be grateful that you woke up this morning. Because you don't have to have your life today. It's like,
no, also in Christ. And, you know, before we get to the next one, you know, like you said, like the Lord can make things happen that you can't even, like you can't fathom it. Like y'all remember Sodom and Gomorrah, like how disgusting and vile it was, right? The Lord was so bad he rained meteors. Just blew it up. Like you just like, no, this is not happening. This place is nasty. I'm getting rid of it.
push the reset button.
Yes. And then told Lot, And he sent them angels down there to warn Lot and his family. They're like, yeah, y'all got to get up out of here. And then Lot's wife didn't want to listen. She got caught up in the blast. Turned to a pillar of salt. Salt is rock, by the way. It's minerals. That's a real thing. Y'all ever heard like what happened with was that Pompeii? How
Right.
they got caught up in that volcanic ash, and it's like they got cremated and to a statue right there. It's almost like they're frozen, but in reverse. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's not a fairy tale like that. That is a real thing. So that happened to her. So again, you gotta be grateful. I'm glad you brought all that up, because you gotta be grateful. Be grateful that you can walk. Be grateful that you don't have a crippling disease.
Right.
Be glad that you can breathe. Be glad you got 2 hands and 2 legs. Some people don't even have that. Be grateful. What you want, man? Come on, man.
So if I could touch on one more thing about that Sodom and Gomorrah story. If you don't understand, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, he told Abraham that he was going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And Abraham bargained. He said, hey, you go destroy the whole city? And Abraham literally bargained with the Lord. If you read the scriptures, Abraham is bargaining with the Lord. Okay, what if it's 50 righteous people in there? Will you save the 50? Or it's for a lack of 10, are you going to destroy the city? Or you're not going to save these 40 for a lack of 10? He got all the way down to Lot and his family. He got all the way down, and just to touch on the fact that Abraham was righteous because he made a promise with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Not us. You think about that.
Yeah.
Abraham was bargaining with the Lord. He's bargaining with the Lord. The Lord don't have to listen to what the hell Abraham's saying. I created you. I don't got to listen to nothing you're saying. But Abraham was so righteous that not only did he make the promise unto his children, so his name means the father of many nations, the father of many. Not only did he give him the power to damn near populate everybody on earth, but he gave him the power to be called his friend, a friend of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And to bring on the promise, the covenant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's
That's wild. Something to remember. It's you can continue. You go to Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 6. Understand, therefore, that the Lord thy God giveth thee not this good land to possess it for thy righteousness, for thou art a stiff-necked people.
You see that? How many times we refer to as a stiff-necked people? Stiff-necked is what? Hard-headed. You're hard-headed. We are hard-headed. Let's be honest. We're hard-headed. We are a hard-headed people. We, sadly, are a type of people we have to learn the hard way. Right? You tell your child, hey, don't do drugs. And I pray nobody has to deal with this, but I know people have had to deal with this. You try to raise a child up as best as you can. You don't introduce them to none of that stuff. You tell them, you show them how bad drugs are and what it can lead to. And then they still do it. And then now that they all messed up, now hopefully they come back and say, Mom, Dad, I'm so sorry. You know, they got up out of it, but it's like they had to go find out for themselves. That's who we are. It's sad to say, but it's just the truth. And the Lord knew that. Brought up out of Egypt, and we just won't shut up. Complaining, forming mutinies against the people that are saving us. Like, that one still gets me. Like, we really looked at Moses and Aaron like, you know what? Because remember, they described how Aaron was dressed. Aaron was fly.
right.
Like he had it on. He was hating on men that were trying to help you out, and you tried to take their lives. That's absurd. You didn't even have that type of energy when we were in Egypt. You loved them Egyptians. We loved them Egyptians. But for our people that are trying to help us, come on, man. But again, showing Most High, he's not doing this stuff because we were righteous. That's why I tell people, being an Israelite ain't good enough. You can claim whatever. You can claim being Black, Jamaican, Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever you want to call yourself, right? That's cute, I guess. What are you doing, though? Because look, we were all Israelites back then, too. And look how we were moving. Look what happened. when Christ was already here, he only had really 11 disciples. Let's be real, 11. Because one of them was a traitor. Christ knew he was a traitor too. So sold him for money and then couldn't live with his guilt, so he unalived himself. So being an Israelite ain't good enough. Yeah, you God's chosen people, but you're God's chosen people. Why though? Because of what other men did.
Right.
Not because of you. You're not special. Men before you were special because of their actions, because of their countenance, because of what they've done. And because of that, that's why you were given grace today. To be honest with you, we should have been offed. All the things that have happened to us, if it wasn't for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and Noah, we wouldn't have survived. We would have been gone a long time ago. Lord would have, I don't know, made something else. Probably wouldn't even been humans. I don't know. Or maybe somebody else would have been God's chosen people.
Right.
So you think about that. It's the action. Simply calling yourself an Israelite is not good enough. That's why we get on these fake Israelite groups so much, because, yeah, they might be our brothers in the flesh, but not in spirit.
Right.
They still want to be wicked. They still want to lie and be corrupt and do other things that I'm not allowed to say on camera. But just think about that. And think about like how you need to carry yourself. You're God's chosen people. Okay, how are you going to move? Are you going to uphold to all the laws, statutes, and commandments? Are you going to honor the high holy days? Are you going to go out and sin behind people's backs? Mind you, not sin behind anybody's back, because the Lord can see you. There's an angel over everybody watching everything that you do. You can't see them, but they can see you. And they make reports on you all the time. And go ahead, keep sinning. At some point, it's like what they, you remember when you was a kid and people used to actually believe in Santa? They said, oh, you on the naughty list or whatever. You do enough bad up, you don't get anything. Okay, well, throw that nonsense out the window because Santa's fake. But apply that mindset to this, because the Lord's looking at you like, he's doing this with you all the time. Yeah, you know, you came to Sabbath service and, you know, you honor the high holy days and, you know, you got your name, you went to camp, but you still smoke weed. You still smoke cigarettes. You are a drunkard who puts hands on his woman. Right. You abuse children. You are a liar. It's going to come that time where the Lord got to do the pros outweigh the cons. Sometimes the cons get a little too heavy.
Right.
So you probably shouldn't be doing it. Don't make the Lord look at you like, oh no. I don't know, or work. Christ come back, and I'm paraphrasing. Oh, I never knew you.
Depart from me, for I haven't known you. Good with that.
Christ come back, you looking, hey, it's me. Like, where do you? Matter of fact, offer his head to me.
He's like, oh, it is. I've been waiting on you.
Yeah.
I've been waiting on you. Yeah.
You ain't confused. You ain't confused. Yeah, you ain't really confused. You know what you done. You just were under the illusion that no one will ever know.
Right.
I swear I'm good. Yeah, okay. That's all I got. We can continue. Verse 7, Bible show.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 7. Remember and forget not how thou provokest the Lord thy God to wrath in the wilderness, from the day that thou didst depart out of the land of Egypt, until ye came into this place, ye have been rebellious against the Lord.
The Lord don't ever forget. He remembers how rebellious we were. He remembers all the smack we was talking, how we were murmuring. That's in the Bible, by the way. We were murmuring, meaning what? We was talking all a little smack. Dissing the Most High, dissing Moses, dissing Aaron. I think that mutiny started because of jealousy and little talk, strife. That's how that started. Lord remember that. He remembers when he got you up out of Egypt, but he remembers how you moved too.
Right.
And you think you were given the new land because you were righteous, as it stated? No. We were wicked as hell.
Right.
We were no better than the Egyptians. We were no better than anybody else. We just, I don't want to say lucky, but we were fortunate enough to have forefathers and mothers who were righteous, who did the right things. And we were given that opportunity, because had they not, there would be no such thing as an Israelite. I'm going to tell you that right now. There'll be no such thing. But so we need to remember that. Humble yourself. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get to. Humble yourself. Because if you don't humble yourself, I promise you, the Lord will. And you're not going to like it when the Lord doesn't. I promise you. You can continue up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 8. Also in Horeb, ye provoked the Lord to wrath, so that the Lord was angry with you to have destroyed you. Verse 9. When I was gone up into the mount to receive the tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant which the Lord made with you, then I abode in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. I neither did eat bread nor drink water. And the Lord delivered unto me 2 tables of stone written with the finger of God. And on them was written according to all the words which the Lord spake with you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly.
All right, so that's it for that. So we 11 to 17 in Hebrew.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 11 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya Makotza Arabayam Yawama Yawa Ya'ara Ba'ayawam Ayam Layala Nathana Yahawa Alaya Af Shanya Lakata Lakaf Ha'abanayam Lakawath Habarayath Habarath. Verse 12, Waya Amar Yahweh all Kwam Rada Mahar Mazaha Kaya Shakath Imaka Ashar Hawa Taza'ath Mama Tazarayam Sarawah Ma'ara Mana Hadarak Ashar Tazawa Yatham Aishawa Laham Masaka. Verse 13, Waya Amar Yahweh all Ya La Amar Ra'ayat Ya'af Haya Ha'aim Hazaha Wahana Aim Kosha Ira Pa Hawa verse 14 Harapa Mamanaya Wa'asha Wa'ash Mayadam Hama'aka Ath Shamama Shama Mathakath Hashamayam Wa'a Wa'aisha Wa'aisha Awathak Laga it's like a Lagawaya. It's like a Lagoya. Itaza Wam, Warabama Manawa. Verse 15. Wa'apanaha. It's like a Wa'apana. Wa'arad Manaha Ara. Wahahar Ba'ira Ba'ash. Washanya Lakath Habarath, it's like a Habarayath Isle Shafya, it's like a Shafya Yada, it's like a Yada Ya. Verse 16, Wa'ara Wahana Ka Ta'atham La Yahweh Alahayakam Aisha Wath Aisha, it's like Aisha Yatham La Kama. Igal, Masaka, Sarathum, Mahar, Mana, Hadarak, Ashar, Tazawa, Yahweh, Athakam, verse 17, last verse. Wa'atha, it's like Wa'atapash, Bashanaya, Halakath, Wa'ash, Lakam, Ma'il, it's like a Ma'il, Shash, it's like a Shafya, Yadaya, Wa'asha, it's like Wa'asha, Barama, La'ayanaya Kam.
My verse. So I'll switch it up. So this time I'll have you read Book of Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 11 to 17.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 11. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days and 40 nights that the Lord gave me the 2 tables of stone, even the tables of the covenant. Verse 12. And the Lord said to me, Arise, get thee down quickly from hence, for thy people which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. They are quickly turned aside out of the way which I commanded them. They have made them a molten image. Verse 13. Furthermore, the Lord spake to me, saying, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
You know?
Verse 14. Let me alone that I may destroy them and blot out their name from under heaven. And I will make of thee a nation mightier and greater than they.
So real quick, y'all know what this account is talking about, right? Everybody knows. So for anybody who doesn't know, when we keep making that joke about the Mosesites, this is what we're talking about. This is when Moses was speaking to the Most High, and the Most High was wroth, meaning he was angry, because he saw that we were a stiff-necked people. So he was going to make a new covenant with Moses, saying, look, I've seen how these people are. I commanded them to do this. You told them to do that. And they don't want to listen, and they want to complain, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. They don't deserve me.
Right.
Because really think about it. Like you said earlier, the Lord does not need us. We need him.
Right.
You know, anything he does for us is purely out of grace. He could have got rid of us in Egypt, and guess what? Wouldn't have affected him.
Right.
He would have just made somebody else, and he was about to. But Moses was the one, like you said, like kind of going back to what we talked about with Abraham. He was referred to as the Most High's friend. He was able to bargain with the Most High before he was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And he was bargaining with him because he knew Lot was there, and you know that there was at least somebody that could be saved. The Lord is not going to honor you if you're not honorable.
Right.
Imagine if Abraham was a wicked person, just a disgusting person. You think he would have listened to Abraham? No.
Right.
Same thing with Moses. Man, Moses was corrupt and stiff-necked, just like the rest of us. You think he was going to deal with him? No. He would have got rid of him too. But because of his countenance and how he moved and how his spirit was, that's what gave him enough grace in the Lord's eyes to bargain. The Lord looked at Moses and said, you know, this is an honorable man. Okay, I'll hear what you got to say. You know, for you, though. Because at that point, he was over us. It's like, you got anything before we continue? Well, you can go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned and came down from the mount, and the mount burned with fire, and the 2 tables of the covenant were in my 2 hands. And I looked, and behold, ye had sinned against the Lord your God, and had made you a molten calf. Ye had turned aside quickly out of the way, which the Lord had commanded you.
Mm-hmm. So, actually, yeah, you can go one more verse.
Verse 17, and I took the 2 tables and cast them out of my 2 hands and break them before your eyes. Verse 18.
So you stop at 17. So
Okay.
now we'll do verse 18. So 18. So 18 to 24 in the Hebrew.
Come on. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 18 in the Hebrew. Wa'atha na pa'al lapanya Yahweh ka ra'asha na wa araba ayam yawama wa'ara ba'ayma layala lakam la'a akalafya wamayam la'a shath yathaya al call kata. It's like kataf kum ashar kataf kum la'isha wath hara'a ba'ay. It's like a ba'ayana ya Yahweh lahaka isa ya. It's like isa. It's like a ayasai. It's like ayas la lahaka I yasawa kaya yagarath ya mapanya apaha. It's like hapa'a wahakama ashar kwatazapa Yahweh al yakum lahashamayad athakam waya shama Waya Shemai Yahweh ala al Ya Gama Bapa Aim Hahawa'a verse 20. Waba Aran Hafa Anapa Yahweh Ma'ada Lahasha Mayad Wa'atha Paula Gama Ba'ai Aharon Ba'aith Hahawa'a verse 21. Wa'ath Kataf Kam Ashar Aisha Yatham Ath Hagawa Lakwak Laya Hawa Asharab Afwa Ba'ash Akatha Afwa Taka 1 Waya Tab Aid Ashar Dakwa La'ipar Wa'ashalak Af Ipara Al Hanakar Hayarad Mama Hahar verse 22. Wabatha Ba'ira Bamasa Waba Masa Waba Kwa Ba Rath Waba Kwa Wa Kwara Waba Kwa Barath Hathawa Matazapa Yum Haya Thumb Af Yahweh verse 23. So what verse?
24.
Verse 23. Waba Salak Yahweh Athkam Makwadash Baranai La Amar Alwa Wara Shawa Ath Aratiza Ashar Nathath Ya Lakam Wathamara Ath Paya Yahweh Allah Hayakam Wala Manatham Lawa Wala Shama Itham Bakwalawa. Verse 24, last verse. Mama Rayam Haya Yathama I am Yahweh Maya one Daya. It's like a Dai Ya Athakam. So that's it.
All right, so go back to young man Mike. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 18 to 24 in the English.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 18. And I fell down before the Lord as at the first 40 days and 40 nights. I did neither eat bread nor drink water because of all your sins which ye sinned in doing wickedly in the sight of the Lord to provoke him to anger. Verse 19, for I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure wherewith the Lord was wroth against you to destroy you. But the Lord hearkened unto me at this time also.
Again, showing the nature of Moses. Moses had to suffer because of us. I just want y'all to remember that. Moses, let me ask y'all something. Did Moses get into the kingdom? No. You know how messed up that sounds? I get angry reading it, to be honest with you. Because of what he was able to do. And because he made some errors, he was judged for it. Like, that's crazy. But it goes to show, like, the Lord is going to judge you by your actions. Moses was a great man, a better man than most, I'll tell you that much.
Right.
But he had to bear the sins of everybody else. Like you brought out earlier. That entire generation that was led out of Egypt did not make it to the land of Canaan.
Right.
Why? Because the Lord saw how they were moving. So he waited. Now that we all had children, they're becoming of age, we got young men now who are, part of the Lord's army. Now it's like, okay, I'm gonna give them a shot. Not you. You're evil, wicked, and disgusting and stiff-necked. But your son and your daughter, they might be a little better. Think about that. The Lord don't forget. He remembers the promise that he made, but he also remembers how you moved. So just because you might have forgotten doesn't mean that he has. I just want y'all to understand that. Remember, we were brought in there not because of our righteousness, but for the righteousness of other men before us and the promise that he made unto them. I don't know. I really want people to really indulge in that, because again, just because you are an Israelite does not mean that you are saved. But there's plenty of Israelites in here who are bad. I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. Does that make me special? No, because guess who also was from the tribe of Benjamin? Saul. Saul sucked. like he was a horrible person who tried to take the life of David multiple times because he was jealous of him. He was one of the first kings. He was horrible.
The first king.
He was no, for real. He was the first king. But nah, man. Don't be like that. Don't get complacent. Sloppy. That's all I got. You got anything? You can continue.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 20. And the Lord was very angry with Aaron to have destroyed him. And I prayed for Aaron also at the same time. Verse 21. And I took your sin, the calf which ye have made, and burnt it with fire, and stamped it, and ground it very small, even until it was as small as dust. And I cast the dust therefore into the brook that descended out of the mountain. Verse 22. And at Tabarah, and at Massa, and at Kibroth, at the Ta'ava, ye provoked the Lord to wrath. Likewise, when the Lord sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, Go up and possess the land which I have given you, then ye rebelled against the commandment of the Lord your God, and ye believed him not, and hearkened to his voice. Ye have been rebellious against the Lord from the day that I knew you. Thus I fell down before the Lord 40 days and 40 nights, as I fell down at the first, because the Lord has said he would destroy you.
You can stop right there. Slide. Here are you. Oh, yeah, that's all right. 25. Yeah. You know what? You already read that. So actually 26. 26. I read 6 verses and stuff. So we're on the same number. Cool. So 26 to 2, 3, 6. 26 to 10 and 2.
Okay. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 9, verse 26 in the Hebrew. Wa'ath the Paul la la'ath, so all Yahweh wa ya Amar, Adan Ya Yahweh all, Thasha Kath, I'm a Ka, Wana la Ka, it's like a Wa, Nakal Lath Ka, Ashar, Padayath, Bagadal Ka, Ashar, Wataza Awa, it's like Wataza Ah, Mamataza Ryan, Bayad, Kazak, Zakar, La'ibad Yakah. So la ibad yakad la abraham la yatazak la yaquab so la yaiquab all thapana all kwashaya hawam so like ha'aim has a ha wa la ra'ish so like rasha aiwa wa all kataf wa pahan waya amaro so like waya wa amaro wa ha'arataza ashar Hawataza Af Bana, like Wa, Mashama, Mabaya, Yakalath, Yahweh, Lahabaya, all Rataza Ashar, the Bar, Lahama, Wa, Wamashana Af, Wa, Wa'atham, Hawataza Ya'um, Lahamath, Lahamathama, Wama the Bar, verse 29. Wahama, I'm a Ka, Wana Kalaf Ka Ashar, Wataza Al. Hawataza Af, Baka Ka, Hagadal, Wabaza Ra'ai Ka, Hanata Wa'a. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Ba'itha hahawa, it's like hawa amar Yahweh ala al ya, pasala laka shanya lawa ka, abanyam, kabra ashanayam wa al. It's like it's like wa la al ya haha wa shawath laka ara. R1, what is verse? I to Za, verse 2, last verse. Wa'akathab, I'll halakath af, hadabar yum, ashar, haya, I'll halakath, hara ashanayam, ashar, shabarath, washamatham, ba'aruwan.
So, switched up again. Brother, have you go Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse. You're actually going to start at verse 26 and go to 10 and 2 in English.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 26. I prayed, therefore, unto the Lord, and said, O Lord God, destroy not thy people and thine inheritance, which thou hast redeemed through thy greatness, which thou hast brought forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember thy servants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Look not unto the stubbornness of this people, nor to their wickedness, nor to their sin.
So, just real quick, I know we keep talking about it, but I want people to understand the gravity of the situation. Moses is literally pleading with the Most High to not get rid of us because of how wicked and stubborn we are, but to honor the covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Moses is describing us. You gotta think, like, he walked with us. He never knew us. Like, he walked with us, went to Egypt, saw how we were, and still said, I'm going to rescue these people. And he knew, it says, look not unto the stubbornness of this people, nor to their wickedness, nor to their sin. We were not good people. And a lot of us today still are not good people. That's why we're here. People in the world like to ask this question because they still believe that the Bible is a white man's book. Not understanding that, of course, and I'm not even mad about it because the white man really is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Like, he really lied about so much, and he is very good at being mischievous and deceitful.
Right.
He made it to where our ancestors, who were brought over here as slaves, to believe that they made this. Mind you, they didn't make this. They didn't speak Hebrew. They spoke Yiddish at best. That has nothing to do with them. But a lot of people in the world, our people, they'll ask the same question. If God is real, why did he allow slavery? If Christ is real, why did he allow slavery? Well, it's because of things like this. When you actually read the Bible, when you know that you are God's chosen people and you see what led us here, then it starts to make sense. Like, oh, that's why we were put in captivity. Because the Lord kept trying to give us chances. He gave us a lot of chances. Us being alive is a chance. You can just say, screw it. Send them out to the other nations. The nations will destroy them. That's it. The nations could have destroyed us. But there's still that little bit of grace.
Right.
So we're like, maybe they might get it together. And I can't blame them. I know it sounds like kind of harsh to say because like we think of like the things that have happened and still happen today to our people, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But then you realize like, oh, that's why it's happening. Because we don't have the Lord's protection. We're supposed to be protected. None of this is supposed to happen to us. But we're still stiff-necked. We're still hard-headed. You still want to dip and dabble in other people's cultures. We complain about, drugs running through our communities, but then there's brothers that sell drugs. It's like you actively do, like it's bad for you, but you're still going to do it. We like to talk about how we need a 2-parent household, and, things like that. But then it's like, well, look what you're doing in front of your kids. You inviting, I can't say certain things, but you get the picture. You get upset when you see that other nations treat us like garbage, going back to the whole Rick Child thing, right? But then you deal with these people. You let them in the communities. You let them have power over you. But then you get upset when they treat you a certain way. It was never supposed to be like that. But it's like that because we have been stiff-necked and we don't honor the law, statutes, and commandments. You can't sit here and beg for the mercy of the Most High when you don't even listen to him. That doesn't make any sense. That's like somebody, like you tell somebody to like, hey man, you shouldn't be doing that. And they just straight up say F you in front of your face. And then when they go do what they did, after you told them not to do it, now they want to run back. Man, I'm so sorry, can you help? And you're like, I just told you not to do that. Now it's too late.
Right.
Like it's too late now. Like the Lord tells you, don't eat pork. Now you're 30 plus and you have heart problems, you have clogged arteries, you have diabetes, you have health issues, and now your doctor is telling you like, hey, like you need to cut down on your sodium intake. You know, your sodium levels are too high. Why? Because you've been eating garbage your whole life. Now we're telling you, hey, don't do that. Trust me, we still run into people that say, I'll die over some pork bacon. Mind you, beef bacon exists. It tastes way better, and it's better for you.
Right.
But it's something about the pork bacon. I don't know what's in it, but you willing to end your life for that. It sounds silly, but that's really a lot of people's mindsets. They don't want to stop. They are fully enveloped in sin, but then in the same breath, beg for grace from the Most High when things don't go their way. If that isn't selfish, I don't know what is. You got anything about it?
Lots.
We'll continue.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 28. List the people whence thou broughtest us out, say, because the Lord was not able to bring them into the land which he promised them, and because he hated them, he hath brought them out to slay them in the wilderness. Verse 29. Yet they are thy people and thine inheritance, which thou broughtest out by thy mighty power and by thy stretched out arm.
You can go.
Chapter 10, Deuteronomy. At that time the Lord said to me, hew thee 2 tables of stone, like to the first, and come up unto me into the mount, and make thee an ark of wood. And I will write on the tables the words that were in the first tables, which thou breakest, and thou shalt put them in the ark.
All right, so we'll stop there. These will be the last verses, so 3 to 8.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, so like chapter 10, verse 3 in the Hebrew. Wa Aish Ara 1, Itazayah Shah Shamayam Wa Apa Salah Shamaya Lakatha Abanyam Kara Ashanayam Wa Allah. It's like a Wa Ayo Hahara'a Washanya Halakah Bayadaya. Verse 4. Wayakathab, it's like a Wayakathab Al Halakath Ka Makathab Ha Ra'ashawan Ath Aisha Ra Ha Dabar Yam Ashar Dabar Yahawah Allah Hayakam Bahar Mathawak Ashab Ba'ayawam Hakwa Wa'ai, it's like a Wayathanawa Yahawah Allah Al Ya, verse 5. Wa'apun, Wa'arad, Wa'arada Ma'an, Hahara, Wa'asham Ath, Halakaf, Ba'arawan, Ashar, Aisha Yahya, Wayahaya Wa, Shamak, Ashar, Tazawana, it's like Tazawana Ya, Yahawah, verse 6. Wabanya Yasha'ala Nasawa, Maba Arath Banya Ya Slaki. Maba Arath Banya Aikwa Ya Aikwana, Mawa Sara'a Sham Math Aharan, Waya Dabar Sham, Waya Kahan Ala Izar Banyawa, Banawa, Thaka Takat Yawa. Verse 7. Mashama Nasawa, Nasa Iwa, Hagadaga Daha, Wamana, Hagadaga Dawa, sorry, Hagadaga Da, Wayataba Thaha Arataza, Nakal Ya Mayam, verse 8, last verse, Baiwa Hahawa, Habadayallah, Yahweh Ashabat, Halo Yah, La Sha'af Af, Arahan, sorry, Arawan, Barayah, Yahweh La Aiman, La Punya, Yahweh La Sharath Wa, Wala Barak, sorry, Wala Barak, Basha Mawa Aid, Hayawam, Hazaha. Sorry.
All right, so going back to Mike. Finish the last verses. So Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 3 to 8.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 3. And I made an ark of shittim wood, and hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and went up into the mount, having the 2 tables in my hand. Verse 4. And he wrote on the tables, according to the first writing, the 10 commandments, which the Lord spake unto you in the mount out of the midst of the fire in the day of the assembly. And the Lord gave them unto me. And I turned myself and came down from the mount and put the tables in the ark which I had made. And there they be as the Lord commanded me. Verse 6. And the children of Israel took their journey from Beerut of the children of Jahakan to Mozerah. There Aaron died, and there he was buried. And Eleazar his son ministered in the priest's office in his stead. From hence they journeyed unto Gudgoda, and from Golgotha to Jotbath, a land of rivers and of waters. It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 8. At that time the Lord separated the tribe of Levi to bear the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord, to minister unto him, and to bless in his name unto this day.
All right, so that's going to be it. You got anything? Awesome. All right, well, so that would so that's the end of the verses for this class. Pretty much what you can take away from this, just like a universal lesson, is, just never forget where you come from.
Right.
Look at what happens when we start to forget where we come from. If not in the Bible, you can look at it, what happens today. It's very important that we have that solidarity amongst our people. Like there's too much going on in the world now for us to sit here and have petty indifferences. It's ridiculous. Like a lot of that has to do with the meddling of the so-called white man. How he colonized us, how he created the concept of colorism and racism, and just all the things that he implemented to keep our people divided. You got to let it go. You got to. I know it's easier said than done, but you have to, because if you don't, this is going to continue. Like Abad said earlier, of course we want our people to come together, but there's also a goal. The goal is we are trying to get a better life for our people overall. We're trying to get to the kingdom. We want Christ to come back. We want that, because if we continue to be like how we used to be a stiff-necked people, nothing is going to change. If anything is going to get worse. Think about it now. If I don't know about you, but I pray he comes back in our lifetime. If not, maybe our children's lifetime. Just like right here. Some of them, they didn't get to see the kingdom, but their kids did. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they cared about their descendants. So they had that covenant with the Most High. And even then, even though we were a very unruly and stiff-necked people, he still honored that. Even in that moments where he might have not wanted to. Or, just take that with a grain of salt. Dawada for everybody that tuned in for class. Dawada for everybody for the participation. With that, we're going to begin to close the class. So before we close out, just me and the brother up here, Elijah, which needs to stand or rise.
Lions to Allah, peace to Israel.
Sorry, it's me.
Sorry.
Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah.
Now, so brothers over here.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah.
So I walk you through it. So imagine. So just feet together. Yep. And hand to the side. Oh, yep, just like that. So that's a imagine. So then when I say imagine Shabbat, you're gonna step out with your right leg like this. Step out with your right leg. And then both hands like kind of like in the small of your back. All right, so go back to imagine, right? Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Now you're gonna go Barak, so you're gonna take your right hand. This is my left, but you'll do your right here. And then take that, put that here. And then you're gonna repeat after me. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Barak,
Barak,
Yah.
Yah.
One second, guys. So you can go back.
All right, my dear one putting Yahweh Dum, which means rise, stand, face east. We're going to go over the prayers in the Hebrew and the English. Beginning with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Ayah, Socal, Yahweh, Lakka, Daba'ah, Zaka, Ayah, it's like Bashamayim, it's like Aisha, Barakza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Lanawa, Lakam, Call, Kawam, Salaknawa, Kawaknawa, Salaknawa, Kawathinawa, Bada'ah, Sabiyanawa, Banasaya 1, Labal, Pawashinawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Ha'ala, Ha'ara, Ha'awalamiam, Aman.
Now in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth.
As
As it is in heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And give us our debts.
Give us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Amen. The cock, the power in the Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Baruch Shah,
Shai,
Lanawa,
Talanah,
Akaf, Arapa'ah, Call Makala, Call Manawa, Akaf, Hatahar, Amat Zabriah, Akaf, Hakwayim, Amathim, Akaf, Rakawat, Tama'ala, Garshan, Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Akaf is the power of English. Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Please.
please
Give us the power.
give us the power,
Power to heal.
the power to
And
heal
all manner of sickness.
all manner of sickness
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers,
Power to raise the dead.
the power to raise the dead,
Power against unclean spirits.
the power against unclean spirits,
To cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Blessed Israel in Hebrew, Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Barak Lanawa, Wayasher Allah, Abayah, Saparium, Barak, Hashem Yahweh Shai,
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
What
What we just said was, Lord,
Lord,
in the name of Yahweh Shai.
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
Bless us.
bless us
And Israel.
and Israel
And the school.
and the school.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, All, Haryam, Mayan, Neba'ah, Zarya, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Shah, Shabayam, Ratzah, Ayathan, Namawat, Galka, Ayanawam, Samarka, Nah, Na'ah, Yanawam, Bala'ah, Yashan, Shalmar, Yasher Allah, Yahweh, Samarka, Yahweh, Zalka, Ayad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Ashamash, La'ah, Yakaka, Bayrak, Balayala, Yahweh, Samarka, Call, Rai, Samar, Pashka, Yahweh, Samar, Tazaka, Wabawaka, Mayda, Wai, Awala.
Psalms 121 in the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help comes from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel,
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor
shall
sleep.
not slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
shade.
Lord is thy shade
Upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
Nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The Lord
out
shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time
From
forth
this time forth
and even.
and even.
forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Aldam Yalakah,
Aldam Yalakah,
Alatak Arash,
All Taka Arash,
All Tashakwat,
all Tashakwat,
All
all
Kayhana,
Kayhana,
Webika,
Webika,
Yama,
Yama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Raash,
Raash,
Laimika,
Laimika,
Yarayamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Soda,
Soda,
Baita,
Baita,
Daisazwa,
All
Altizapawinika,
Monica,
Marwa,
Marwa,
Wa, Kakidim, Maloya, Yala'a, Zakar, Shem Yasha Allah, Alda, Ya, Nawa Aitazawa, Laba, Kadwa, Ayaka, Barya, Yakarafu, Ahoya, Wam, Weshamai, Alayam, Abu, Garyam, Gabal, Imawan, Malak, Shab, Shabi, War, Gamashawar, Lawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwai, Bunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamanya, Saya, Sarah, Kayabi, Kolakor, Koyashwan, Shamawat, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, the Mud, Adama, Shaitamu, the Da, Yamawa, Ira, Sabah, Zomna, Kor Nasiakamar, Shar, Marwa, Shah, Wa, Af, Wa, Alahaya, Alahaya, Shaitamu, Kogogla, Wash, Panya, Waka, Ash, Ira, Kalahaba, Kalahat, Ariyam, Kun, Dar Dapma, Nasa Erica, Awasa, Papathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panya Hum, Palawan, Waya Bakwashma, Shaka, Yahawah, Yabasri, Waya Baho, Waya Yai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Waya Dub, Shaka, Yahawah, Labaka, Aywan, Alcohol,
This is Psalms 83. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo, thine enemies. Make it total.
Make it total.
And they that hate
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up their head.
They have taken crafty
They
counsel.
have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
let us cut them off.
let's cut them off.
For me and a nation.
For me and a nation.
In the name of Israel.
The name of Israel.
There be no more remembrance.
No more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
They have consulted together
With one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They are confederate against thee.
Tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom.
The Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
Hagarene.
Hagarene.
Gabal.
Gabal.
And Ammon.
And Ammon.
And Amalek.
And Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre.
Saul also was joined with them.
Saul also was joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them.
Do unto them
As to the Midianites.
as to the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as to Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabin,
At the brook of Kison.
at the brook of Kison,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished that
They
endure.
became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their noses like a rat.
Make their numbers like a red,
Like Zeid.
like Said, yea,
All their princes.
all their princes,
As Sabbath.
as Sabbath,
As Amun.
and as Almunah,
Who said,
who said,
let us take to
Let
ourselves.
us take to ourselves
the houses of God.
the houses of God
In possession.
in possession.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Make them like a will.
make them like a will,
As the stubble before the wind.
as the stubble before the wind,
As fire burnt the wood.
as the fire burnt the wood,
As the flames set the mountains on
as
fire.
the flames set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
with thy tempest.
Make them afraid.
Make them afraid
With thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame,
That they may seek thy
that they
name.
may seek thy name.
O Lord.
O Lord,
Let them be
let
confounded.
them be confounded,
Trouble.
and trouble
Forever.
forever.
Yea.
Yea,
Let them be put to
let
shame.
them be put to shame
And perish.
and perish.
That men may know.
That men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone,
whose name alone
is Yahweh.
is Yahweh,
Art the most high.
art the Most High,
Over
of all the blessings in the Hebrew, Barakatah Yahweh, Wayahweh Shai, Wamayaka Allah, Wa'alahayam, Matzabi'ah, Yahweh Hana, Ha'alawapya, Hasa Ranyas, Hakatzayanyan, Hakahayoya, Wa'akwafyan, Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Shawada,
What?
Amun.
Aman. Now in the English. Blessed you, Yahweh.
Blessed you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commanding General Yohanan.
The generals.
Generals.
Captains.
Captains.
Officers. Troopers.
Troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
These are the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh. In
Yahweh.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evil.
Send evil.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evil.
Send evil.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
And shake loose.
The treasure.
The treasure.
Of the rich.
Of the rich.
Of Israel.
Of Israel.
That refuse.
That refuse
to give to the school.
to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter into thy
To
sanctuary.
enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evil.
Send evil.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
Destruction.
And destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And the drug
The
dealers.
drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments.
All the governments.
Our enemies.
Our enemies.
And elect synagogues.
And elect synagogues.
And armies.
And armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian
The
movement.
lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airways.
And the airways.
Cable access channel.
The cable access
And the
channel.
radio channel.
And the radio channel.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit
Of any of thy people.
of any of thy people
That seek to stop
that
us.
seek to stop us
And bring swift destruction.
and bring swift destruction
To all the heathen.
to all the
That
heathen
stand in the way.
that stand in the way
Or try to stop us.
try to stop
From
us
broadcasting.
from broadcasting
Your word.
your word
Throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro
Through the earth.
through the earth
And consume.
and consume.
Let the plagues.
Let the plagues
Shake the house.
shake the house
Of the thief
of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let your house shine.
Let your house shine.
Michael
Michael
and Gabriel.
and Gabriel
Come down.
come down
The flying saucers.
with the flying saucers
And punish all.
and punish all
The heathen.
the heathen
That come up against
that
us.
come up against us
As we speak thy word.
as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known.
Cause it to be known
By all.
by all
That is the angel.
that is the angel
That hath done.
that hath done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread
Through the media.
through the media
Throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake.
Cause them to shake
At thy coming.
at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry, face me. All right, so before we end the class, does anybody want to be anointed, or is everybody swallowed? Swallowed? Good? Okay, so with that being said, just the men for right now. Oh, it's like all right, men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teachers. So, men of Israel, Amijam, Shabbat, Amijam, Barak,
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yahweh.
Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
All right, if the sisters can stand, men of Israel, star and face the sisters. All right, so and we'll have the sisters face the men. So, men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. So, men of Israel, Amijam, Shabbat, Amijam, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
and then so sis, you would just repeat it back. So you'll say Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shemar,
Shema,
Alatha,
Ata,
Hashem,
Bashim,
Yahweh Shai.
Yahushua.
All right, so and Yajmatah. So you'll put your hand down. Class dismissed.